Okay guys, so I made it to 8 inches. It took me a while. In case you're curious, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 21, because I did the 16. So, yeah, it's roughly 8 inches. It might be a smidge smaller, but it's 8 inches for what I'm going to tell you. Okay, and so I kept my tail in there, right? So I could tell where my starting point was. So then it says, in the next row, it says single crochet in the next 16 stitches. So that's row 22, which is on the right side. Okay. And then it says turn. You're going to turn and chain 1. I like to chain 1 first. Turn, and then we're going to single crochet decrease. So for those of you that don't know, you're going to go into that stitch you were in. And I'll have you know that I basically, sometimes I have to stab to get my hook into these stitches. So you're going to go into both stitches, this stitch and that stitch, put them both on your hook, yarn over, and then pull through both, and that's a decrease. And then it wants you to single crochet 27. So I'll take you guys with me here. 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can tell, I'm kind of just stabbing it in there, and like I've said before, I'm a puller, so you'll see me tugging when I finish a stitch, and that's just my style. That's how I do it. And you can tell by the way I'm gripping it, I've got my whole hand around this just to pull it through. It does take some effort. Again, you could use a bigger hook. That would take some of the pressure off. I do not recommend using a plastic hook. I have big hooks that are plastic, and I've snapped them with plarn. So don't use it, don't use a big plastic hook with plarn, because you are putting a lot of pressure. Yarn is just softer and easier, right? You're not having to stab to go through it. It's just one of those things. So don't use a plastic hook. Make sure when you get your hook, grab the longest one that you have and that size hook. If you watch me, this hook right here, I grabbed the wrong 8mm, but I wanted to keep the same hook throughout the whole thing. This actually has a point on the end, which isn't very comfortable. But when I grab it, that whole thing is going into my hand, and it's ended up right here. So the longer the hook you have, the better, depending on how you crochet. So if you were a pencil gripper, I don't think I'm a pencil gripper, there's some that grip it different than I do. There's the knife hold, and there's the, I'm guessing I'm the knife hold. There's a knife hold and the pencil hold, and yeah, but I grab the whole thing with plarn anyway. I'm a much looser crocheter when I'm with yarn, because you don't have to tug at it so much. See, and I gotta stab into that one. The nice thing about this is your Yip Yip container makes a nice yarn bowl as you're crocheting around. And that goes with most plarn projects. You can stick your plarn right in whatever you're making because it's sturdy and it holds it up. So let's see. I know I'm not at 27 yet because my 16 was right here. So I'll count here in just a second. Today is Monday, February 10th. I don't know when I'll get these videos out. I don't know if it'll be one big video or if it'll be several to see how it all looks. I do apologize if there's like I said, a lot of me saying hi guys. But I know not all of you mind. So okay, so we've got our one decrease over here, but we're going to go 27 after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Ah, 27. Okay, so 27 stitches, and then it says another decrease. And because it's not amigurumi, I am not doing the invisible decrease. I don't think it's necessary for this project. For amigurumi, I do the single the decrease in the front loops normally. So decrease and then turn, chain 1. So that was row 23. 24 says single decrease again, single crochet, decrease. So, and we're going to do 25 stitches this time. And I'm still working on that first original ball I attached. There's still some in my basket here. It's down, but we might just get, I don't know, we'll see how far it goes. So I am going to go ahead and make one of these out of my other bags that I have already cut up. And probably the white bags, like your white Walmart. My grocery store is Hy-Vee here. See, again, you can tell I'm having to poke that in there quite a bit. It's just because I crochet too tightly sometimes. I will do one in white just to see what that pop of color from the lettering will give you. So you guys can see that you won't have to do it all in one solid color if you didn't want to. Because I can tell you that for me to get this many colored bags might take a little bit if I hadn't had people saving them for me. And being that I don't go shopping very often, you know, at other stores other than just groceries. So, like, I don't go to Dollar General very often, or I don't, so all those kind of bags come to me from people that give me bags. But you could be one of those people that go shopping. This might be boring, like watching paint dry. I hope not. I hope you don't mind. You can always fast forward me and listen to me in my chipmunk voice. That's fun. I thought that video was pretty funny, actually. I did get another couple orders put out for my, or in my Etsy shop. Those will go out tomorrow. I'm super excited. Thank you very much, you guys. We did have Mikey's birthday tonight. And then after the birthday, everybody didn't feel really good right away when they got home. Dawn came home with a headache, and then by the time the birthday party was over, Dawn, Daisy, and Michael all had a fever. So I'm downstairs. They're all sleeping. The house is so quiet. It's kind of creepy. So it's a good thing. Good time to get this done. That's why I'm doing it. So, and I am coming to my last couple stitches here. So we will count just to make sure. That first stitch there is your decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. That works. So, just so you can tell, you probably can't tell because the lighting, I'm at my 25th stitch like the pattern says, and then there's 2 stitches left for the decrease. So, we'll do that decrease. Put my yarn on the other side here. And I did mention Cindy Hart Crochet is doing, or I mentioned she was talking about Yip Yips. She's actually doing a make-along. So if you're a part of her Facebook group, you probably already know about it. I was kind of late to the game because I don't get everybody's videos watched, but Rel told me when I was trying to tell her about my secret project, which obviously here's my secret project. So that was row 24, now we're on row 25, and I'm sure that you can follow along. So row 25 is a decrease, single crochet 23, a decrease, and it goes down from there all the way down to row 29 where it says a decrease, 15 stitches, and then another decrease and turn. So I will meet you guys back here for that. May or may not be in different clothes, so we'll see. Alright, you guys, thanks. Okay, you guys, so I am up to row 29. So you should leave off with 17 stitches, which I've got right here. For row 30, it says chain 1. I did attach my last ball here. I kind of regret winding it all up because I know we're not going to need it all, but we'll take care of that when we get to it, so you know what I do when I get there. Okay, so chain 1, single crochet decrease. Again, we're on row 30, depending on, you know, how many. Row 30 of the pattern anyway. So single crochet decrease. And single crochet in the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then it says chain 12. This will be for the hanging loop. You can make it longer if you'd like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So there's my 12 stitches. Again, you can make it more or less if you want. And then single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So I'm assuming you're going to come straight down from your other chain here. So you've got your stitch, and then you chained up 12. You're going to go into that very next stitch, single crochet 1, and that gets your loop. 5, 6, and then you've got a single crochet decrease. So my last 2 stitches is the decrease. Punch that in there. Okay. So that's 15 stitches, not including the actual hanging loop. And then single crochet in the first stitch of the previous round with the marker in it. Oh, I was supposed to move the marker. Shoot. Oh. So we're gonna connect it, right? Because you gotta have the head. See it? Can you see the Yip Yip? Can you see it forming? Okay. I did hear people talk about doing a slip stitch instead of a single crochet, but I don't know. I guess that would be up to you. It does say do not turn, so don't turn. Just grab that stitch from the previous round. It did say to move your stitch marker. Sorry, I didn't say that, but so move it up to that decrease, and then you're just going to go basically across the aisle, and you're going to single crochet. Oops. So that connects the 2 pieces together, okay? This is probably where it gets a little tricky, but we'll just go with it. So, single crochet, decrease. So this is going to make that circle smaller. Single crochet, decrease, and then single crochet, and then single crochet, decrease, sorry, pulling, and single crochet. So it says on there do that twice, right? So we did it twice. And then single crochet, decrease into the next stitch and the first stitch after the hanging loop chain. Okay. So the next stitch is that, so we're going to decrease. We're going to take that stitch that the first chain of the loop is in, and the next stitch of the loop, which you can tell I'm blind because so you will have to kind of work that in there. I wish I could get you guys closer, but I don't have the equipment yet, but I will soon. So you're basically going to decrease where that loop is. That closes up that loop, makes it tighter. Okay. And then single crochet in the next stitch, which will match the other side. It's getting a little fiddly because the stitches are closer together, obviously. And then single crochet, decrease, single crochet, and then a single crochet, decrease down. So basically the opposite of the way that you came up that row. Okay. Alright. And that final decrease puts us right back to the bottom here. Again, just take your time. It's a little fiddly. Okay, so the last row says single crochet decrease in the next stitches. So you have 10 stitches left. You're going to decrease every 2 stitches, right? So you'll come down to 5. And then it says cut and tie off. Use a tapestry needle to thread in your ends. And actually, what I'm going to do I guess you may or may not want to just fold it in half and crochet across both stitches, but I'm going to follow what the pattern says. So I'm going to decrease all the way around until it's 5 stitches. By doing that, you're going to get that stronger stitch right there, which is probably a good thing, especially since we're using plarn and not regular yarn. So as I was sitting here thinking of how I was going to put the black layer in, or the inside, I was thinking maybe I could just do a flap so you can see that black, but it wouldn't have to be lined. Because of what we're using, because we're using plarn and not regular yarn, it's, you know, and it's not going to have that same stretch. It won't. You don't really have to worry about things falling out the bottom, I don't think. Okay, so what I'm going to do, now we're actually almost right at a knot there, but, so you've got 5 small stitches there, right? I'm going to go ahead and cut the plarn right where my next knot is, okay? And then you can just pull it, and that loosens that last knot off of there. Then you still have your ball left. That's still good to go. And then with a smaller hook, I would probably say a 5 at least, but I'm going to use a J hook. I'm going to take it and weave in those ends. And you just got to get yourself used to using a smaller hook. And it's more of like pull through, and you know what I mean? You're not using it to crochet with, you're just using it to pull through. So this isn't going to pull like yarn would, you know, like real close, but it's going to close it. So I'm just going to weave that tail through all 5 of those stitches. You can pull on it pretty good. It's not going to, I don't think it'll rip on you. Okay. So So here's my Yip Yip, right? Now, because, oh, it looks like that. Because my stitches were smaller, you may or may not want to do more rows of, you know, like say you're doing that decrease, but then do another row and then do the decrease and do another row. And that's completely up to you, but I think it looks just fine the way it is. It would give you a little bit more surface if you had that extra extra rows across there. So once I get the eyeballs on, and that's kind of the way the face is there. So yeah, his mouth is going to be way out, like, woo. So maybe even because my stitches were smaller, I could have gone even more in, and that would have given it more height, which is an idea. Maybe I'll do that with the white one. But since I had so many extra rows here, I think that you may or may not, like I said, want to do the extra rows up here to compensate for that. Or just check your gauge. Even with plarn, you should check your gauge. Hey guys, you learn something every day. So I have the ping pong balls, and I will get those ready. The best place to get them is in the that I've found is in the Dollar Tree. But you have to look around. Sometimes they're in the sporting goods section, sometimes they're in the kids section, sometimes they're in the arts and crafts section. They're never in the same section twice. Or even different stores have them in different sections. So be on the lookout for that, but don't go buy expensive ones. Just find a dollar store and go get those. Now I am going to leave that tail. You see here where there's kind of a gap in that stitch. I will take that tail, weave that through, kind of fix that gap stitch there so it's more secure. But yeah, so then I was thinking, instead of doing a lining, I could do like a flap, right? Like a black flap there. And maybe have like a button on this side so it would close so you can see it. If you didn't want to crochet or to stitch in a lining on the plarn, you can certainly do that, and I'll do that, and I'll probably grab a black bag from the Dollar Tree and do that. But yeah, so look at that. There's the body of the Yip Yip. All we have to do is sew in the lining, add the eyes and the thing, and we're done. Isn't that awesome? You can make a Yip Yip out of plarn. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited about that a lot. So, and if I would have just gone with the 11 rows, that would have been considerably shorter, but I still would have had the problem with my head. So anyway, okay, so I will let you go for now until I can get the black lining for the bag, and hopefully I can do that tomorrow. But so anyway, it's been a good couple hours I've been working on this, and I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope you'll at least try it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll pause it for now. Thanks. Hi guys. Okay, so let's just try to finish the rest of this here, and we'll get done. So here is the whole crocheted part of the Yip Yip. I did go ahead and finish that string off. I finished off the string on the bottom. I just used a smaller hook, weaved it in and out, and then tied it a couple times after I cut the loop. So you can cut the loop and then, you know, just be careful when you're pulling on it and stuff that you're not going to rip it, but you can trim that after you weaved it in a couple times. Trimming it off isn't going to hurt anything. I did go ahead and make my eyes, and you can get your eyes at the Dollar Tree, and I will insert a picture if I can remember where I found them at in the Dollar Tree. And like I said, they hang on those little plastic hooks. So you could get some maybe at like Ace Hardware or, you know, some other places towards the summer months. I bet you they'll have some that are not so flimsy. These are pretty flimsy, but they do pop back out as far as, you know, shaping and stuff. So, but yeah. So anyway, if you follow the pattern, she has you put a hole through the eye. And there is instructions on here and, you know, all that on how to do it. But basically, and I have an awl, but you could use anything, you know, real sharp. A sharp needle would work. Might actually work better than the awl that I used because mine was a little thick, but of course I can't find it. But basically, you're going to take the eyeball, you're going to weave it through, and that's a little tricky. You just got to kind of curve your end piece of your pipe cleaner. I don't know what you call them, fuzzy yarn things, but you can get those at the Dollar Tree too. Let's see here. Sorry. So yeah, you just poke it through, and then you get that. You're gonna flip it so you can see on the inside. So kind of position it where you think you might want it. You're gonna poke both ends through. And you're going to twist them. You know, and I suppose twist it as tight as you can get it so the pipe cleaner isn't showing, but I don't really think it matters that much. And then you're going to stick, you could trim off that end, I guess, but I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. So you can see on the bottom there. And then I'm going to stick this end back up the same end it came out of, which is what it says. And then you just kind of make it however you think you want your little thingy to go. You could probably buy thicker ones of these, or even double it if you wanted to, but look at how cute that is, and he's only got one eye. I like it. And I suppose, depending on where you make your hole, you might want to wait to put your eyes on the actual black part. Might want to wait to put those on until you put your eyeball on the piece itself, which I did not do. I went and did it beforehand, but it'll be okay. It'll be wonky. And like I said in a previous video, at least I think I did, you could also do like a Cookie Monster, especially if you had like a blue. You could make this into a Cookie Monster instead of a Yip Yip. And I am going to go into 2 different holes here, just so it is around a piece of plarn that it's actually attaching there. So, look at he's not even done and he looks cute. I'm pretty excited. So, This one here, I've already got a home. I'm pretty sure it's already got a home. I've already got a friend in mind to send it to, so I'm pretty sure should travel okay. It's got its own padding, right? So it can't be too bad. And then again, stick your plarn, not your plarn, your little wire thing back up. Hopefully you can get it up to the same hole. Apparently I'm not talented enough today to get it back up the same hole. Sorry, I wanted to show you how to do it. I didn't want to take up a lot of your time, but okay. And I suppose you could weave these things together, or trim them so they weren't so long. I don't know. And you can make your eyes as wonky as you want. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Carissa, this is a great pattern, and I think it works great in plarn. I'm so glad you let me show this, as you know, that it can be done in a different medium. Plarning is definitely a different medium than yarn. It's the same, you know, concept, but yeah, I think this is great. So I'm going to try to make this in a couple different options. I'm going to also try to make it in a t-shirt yarn, because I think that would be really cool. And if you remember, I have a lot of t-shirt yarn from last year's Dollar Tree sale, so you could find some really funky old bed sheets, or, you know, even like what am I trying to say? Picnic table sheets kind of things you could do. But yeah, so I think this turned out super, super great. And then you can add the tassels. And basically all you do is you use those bottom loops on the thing all the way around here, and you attach those just like you would with any other tassel. So for those of you that are maybe wondering, okay, so I have this ball, right? And this is actually all of my blue. So what I could do, since it's already tied, is I could just use it like this, and then cut every 2 bags and loop it that way. Or I could undo them all, but I might just cut them just to save myself the eyes that I can't really see with. And the time. But yeah, so I might just leave it like that, and it'll already be extra loopy. So yeah, so I will I'll do all that. I will spare you guys that. I can do one and show it to you, I suppose. We'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these 2 bags knotted, but I did clip the ends, because I think, let's see, on the pattern here, they are all clipped. So all of the little ends on the bottom here are clipped on the pattern. Excuse me, we are still very sick. And as long as you like take whatever meds that you can take, it seems to be okay. But you know, you get to that tired stage and it just kind of hits you. So what I'm going to do is just take my hook, and you're going to do like you would add any other tassel. You're just going to make your loop, pull it through. Now when you pull through, so I had that knot from the other 2 bags, right? So that's already together. But you want to make sure when you pull through that you do it all the way around the same way, or your stuff will end up facing one way or the other. So, and it's not a big deal because it's plarn, but you might see it more on a blanket yarn than you would here. But that way your knots will all face the same way. So anyway, I will get that done, and then you'll want to trim those. So you could probably use just one bag per loop, which is maybe what I will do. But anyway, so I'm going to get cutting. I'll add those on, and then I will show you a picture of the finished project. You guys, I hope you were, I hope that you liked these videos. If you do, I'm hoping to do some more plarning videos. If you guys like them, then I will definitely give you some how-tos on how to do those. But yeah, I was super excited about it, and if you make it in time, again, I don't know when I'm late because I was sick for like a week and a half. You might still be able to get this in on Cindy's make-along cowl that she's doing for the Yip Yips. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And thanks again, Carissa, for letting me demonstrate the Yip Yip in the plarn. Alright guys, take care. Alright, so I added all the tassels. Yep, 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 yep. I was going to just point out, again, I wouldn't put the black on until you're actually got them fastened on to the eyeball, or the piece itself, just so you can adjust your eyes the way you want them. I did not add the black here. You certainly could. I didn't think it needed it because it's made out of plarn. Nothing's going to really fall through that. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think anything is going to fall through there. You know, and you could put your yarn in here too. Obviously you wouldn't put wool in there because it would probably felt itself, but I think any normal yarn would work. So I don't know that I would add a tassel. I did only go one bag layer. You know, like I just folded it and looped it. One strand and not two bags. All the way around. And so I did, so what I ended up with was 169, probably 159, so 160, maybe 165 yards. So if you divided 160 divided by 4 bags equals 10, was 40 bags? No, it was more than that. It might have been 40 bags. It was more than 40 bags. But anyway, every 4 bags made 10 yards. So, yeah. But I only used, only 150 yards. The pattern called for like 200 and some. But again, my circumference was smaller than what it was supposed to be because I used the 8mm hook, but it didn't turn out the same, probably because I used plarn. Again, you could go up to a 9 or even a 10. You could still use the plarn to make it a little bit looser. This is pretty stiff, so she'll still sit up. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. And then you could even put like something on the back here to hang it up better if you wanted. But I think this would be perfect, like for somebody's outside yard, to put some garden tools in, or even some clothespins. So if you wanted to hang it out on your line outside, the water will just seep through. It'll make a cool little outside addition, or somebody's garage, or a playhouse outside. I think that'd be really cute. Or you could leave it inside your house as a statement piece and be like, hey, this is what I put my bags in. So if you wanted to have some place to store all your bags that you're collecting, you could put it in your Yip Yip and say, yep, 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 I'm recycling. So you can see I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, so thanks again, Carissa Knits, for letting me showcase this, and I hope you guys like it too. Let me know down below in the comments, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye!